All right, I got it. I have to do it on my phone too. So, okay, we're good. Then this is a continuing education that we do just for our members on our team here. And this is really just to empower you with how to use your oils and use them so that you're confident and you know how to use them for all different sorts of things. And if you break it up over 2 months, you learn so much because you can focus on one specific category. So every single class that we teach, really our goal is that you take something from it. It may not necessarily apply to you, but it can definitely apply to somebody in your life that you're going to be able to help. Also, when we go over these things, it does not mean that you have to have every little thing and take every single thing every day. We really try to teach you so that as we're going through how to use these oils and products, that you could say, okay, that specifically is something that I want to add because that is what I'm going through. So just as I go over all of these things, don't let it be overwhelming thinking that you need every single one of them. It's really just to say, oh, that's the one I definitely, that's really speaking to me because this is, this is chronic pain that I have, or you know what, this is occasional pain that I get only here and there. There's a difference. And so, yeah, just know that we're here for you guys. And if you have questions, just ask us. But I'm really passionate about this topic because I actually started with doTERRA when I had back pain and I was pregnant in my second trimester. It was my first baby. I don't have back pain. I don't suffer from pain. And the only pain that I had had really in my life was really bad cramps every month, maybe not every month, but really severe menstrual cramps. And besides that, I didn't have body pain or anything. But when I got pregnant, I had horrible back pain in the second trimester because my body was stretching like it had never stretched before. So that's a typical thing, but some women can get it pretty bad. I also did have pregnancy headaches, which weren't fun. And it really, doTERRA came into my life at a time where I don't know really what I would have done. I had 2 weeks of really bad pain. I was going to get a massage. I'd gone to the chiropractor pregnant, and I couldn't get this pain off my back. So when my doctor actually is the one, Dr. Axe, who is also a friend, introduced me to doTERRA, he said, you got to use this. These are the purest oils. And there's an oil called Deep Blue, which we'll talk about today. And I rubbed that on the back and literally within a minute, it numbed the pain. I didn't really know what was in it, but I was like, oh, give it to me because it's natural and I could actually find relief. So every like 3 hours, I would have my husband, put some Deep Blue on my back. And then I just got the roller, and within over the next 2 weeks, that pain was gone. When I was in my third trimester, the biggest my belly got, I didn't have any back pain. And it was because the helichrysum essential oil in the Deep Blue actually helps to heal connective tissue. And so that's what I was experiencing. The other reason that I'm super passionate about this topic is because of my husband's story. I've probably shared this a little bit, but basically when he was in college and high school, he was an athlete and nobody could beat him. He was a top wrestler. He went to college for wrestling in Rutgers. And he had terrible arthritis in his hip. We didn't know it was arthritis, but he had an injury. It was really bad. He was our first year of marriage. He would come home from work and just stretch for like an hour. And it was like debilitating sometimes. So it was getting worse. When we were dating and engaged, I found out that he was taking a little bit of Oxycontin, which he would take a quarter of one, like once a week, just to get some relief. And I would notice that he would act different, which I didn't understand until he didn't think anything was wrong. He doesn't have an addictive personality, but it was the only thing that he said could touch that. So when he told me when I found out, I can't remember how I found out. We talked about it. He wasn't trying to hide it, but I freaked out and I was like, I can't marry you. Like if you're going to be taking these, these addictive drugs, because that is scary. And he didn't realize how addictive they were. And so he stopped immediately. Well, that was a good thing, but because that he never got relief from his pain. And so I said, you need to go to the doctor. I don't know if he's had cancer. I don't know what was going on. So he had an MRI. The doctor said, there's nothing you can do. You have early arthritis. Just manage the pain. Take some pain, take some Advil. And I'm like, oh, great. Like, he comes home from the doctor and the doctor's telling him, stop squatting at CrossFit. He's an athlete. So the doctor said, stop squatting and, manage the pain with Advil or, a pain, medicine. And I'm like, we're not going down that road again, So at that point, I said to him, listen, everyone on the planet should be taking a high quality fish oil, but especially if you have arthritis, you don't have a choice. So that's where he listened to me at that point and said, order me whatever supplements you want. He had already been finding great relief, like as far as help with the oils, but it was an internal arthritis is so deep. And so he wasn't taking supplements. He had no interest in the vitamins or supplements for the first 6 months I was in doTERRA. He's like, I'm a healthy guy. I don't need to take those. But I ordered those and literally within 3 days, his pain was gone. So I think about the fact that he never has to worry about pain. He won a CrossFit competition. He's been squatting more. So it's completely changed our life. And it's helped my husband not have to be hooked on pain medication in order for him to function every day. So pain is debilitating. And if you have someone in your life that suffers from pain, or maybe you suffer from pain, this is the class for you. And so that's what I'm excited to talk about. And this is why I love sharing doTERRA, is because how it's changed my family's life and really helped us to have a better quality of life. So we don't need to live with pain and discomfort. That is not something that we have to just accept. So you may need solutions, and people that you love may need solutions. But if we can improve somebody's quality of life with essential oils and give something that's safer and more natural and even more effective, that's what we're looking to do. So that's the point of this class today. So I'm excited to dive in with you guys. Now, looking at this scale here, I would love for you guys to rate yourselves on this scale. So on a scale of 1 to 10, if you can actually write down on a piece of paper, how would you rate your chronic pain? So 1 would be you don't have any pain, and 10 is you can't get rid of this chronic pain and it's part of your daily life. Things like arthritis, lower back pain. So 10 is like unbearable and I'm on painkillers. That's what 10 is. 1 is you don't have any chronic pain. I will tell you that chronic pain affects an estimated 31% of adults in the United States. It's the #1 cause of long-term disability. The United States makes up 5% of the world's population, 5%, yet we consume 80% of the world's prescription opioid drugs. So that just shows you how many drugs are going through, opioids are going through United States. Natural pain relief solutions are not only safer, but they're actually scientifically proven to work. Okay, so rate yourself on chronic pain, and then emotional pain. How heavy are the emotions that you feel? Most everyone has been through really hard things in their life, trauma, grief, loss. And so all of those things are physical as well. Emotions are physical. So when we're sad, we cry. There's a physical response of tears. And then, anger, that actually can affect your liver. There's different parts of our body that cause physical pain and physical disease. So 1 would be like you're happy all the time. And 10 is I have lost so much in my life. I've been through so much. I have grief that I'm going through, and it's really unbearable a lot of the time. There's just this emotional pain. And then occasional pain is I have good days and I have bad days. Today, I actually have like a little bit of lower back pain. It's not as bad. I took a lot of turmeric yesterday and I put some on, but that's just something that every once in a while, because I'm not working out like I should as much, I get that. That would be an occasional pain. Or perhaps if you get migraines once in a month, maybe that's occasional pain. So maybe some days your knees hurt, some days they don't. So 10 is yes, I have occasional pain and it's normal. And 1's like I don't ever have body aches. So as I'm talking about products, what products are most suitable for your situation? You want to keep that in mind. Write those things down that you haven't tried yet. Most of you have probably never heard that eucalyptus is actually great for migraines. And that might be something that you want to write down if you suffer from migraines. So keep a pen and paper handy, and that way you're going to be able to dial in what you need the most. Another question is, as you know, which body systems need the most support? You want to target in right now on your body and actually figure out, especially if there's like an emotional pain that you're sensing, you want to really get clarity on where it is. Is it your lower back? Is it your shoulders, your head, your knees, ankle? Which body system is suffering? Is it emotional? It's really important to target where we're getting this pain from. Actually, where it's radiating might not be where we're feeling it. So the pain could be coming from somewhere else in your body, but you were feeling it and experiencing it somewhere else. So just like pretend that you're at a doctor's office and where they make you circle, you know, where you're experiencing problems. Just make note of that right now. Now, my heart and soul is really always to get to the root cause of the problem. And when we talk about foundational support, that is number one. If we just take a pain pill, we can just be masking a symptom. It's like putting a Band-Aid on it, is how I like to say. It's not getting to the root cause. And that's really our healthcare model today, especially in the United States. It's like, if you have something, take a pill. It's rare that our healthcare system actually encourages us to dig down deep into why your insulin levels are off. You know, let's go straight to your diet and exercise, the foundation of everything. Why are you feeling chronic pain? Maybe because you have an intolerance to dairy. What if we cut out dairy out of your diet? Or, you know, your eczema, what could that be from? The eczema on your skin. It could be because you're allergic to eggs, or you've got something in your environment that's reacting to your skin, or your gut is completely in need of a cleanse. But instead of actually going through and figuring out what's the root cause, they'll often just prescribe a steroid cream or a pill. And that might give you, they'll give you a belief really that nothing can be done, and we don't really know what causes this. That's a lot of times what happens is, here's the cream, here's the pill, take this, and we don't really know why you have this, and just here's what you take for it, pop this pill. Again, this is something that happened to me when my hormones were all messed up and I wasn't getting a cycle. It was all over the place. And I was like, I've got to fix this if I ever want to have kids. This is back in my single years. And I went to a neurologist who spent 10 minutes with me and prescribed me metformin, which is a diabetic drug, and said, take this pill. This will balance your periods and you'll be able to just be normal after you take this white pill every day. And I was like, oh, okay. It didn't make sense to me. I was like, no, I got to figure out actually what's happening to my body. Like, this pill's not going to cure me. And so, that's kind of what the mentality is. And they want you to believe it, or sometimes there is a belief that nothing really can be done. And I really just, to be honest, call BS on that. Because if you feel like you have no power to fix anything, and if you feel like it's something you haven't caused yourself, or maybe a lifestyle, then it's really disempowering. And it's helpful for you to know that there is something that you can do about, that eczema, and that you have to, deal with, and that you can, look towards figuring that out. This isn't a diagnosis that you have for the rest of your life. There's probably something off in your diet that you can figure out. That's empowering. And that's what we want to do, is empower people. It would be really disempowering for you to feel like you have to be on a steroid cream for the rest of your life, and that we have no idea, and that's just your skin. But that's actually not normal. Your body is constantly trying to fight and to bring itself back to a state of homeostasis, which is balance, so that everything is working properly. So when we're talking about essential oils and pain, it's really important that we are all starting with the most foundational support possible. And again, every single week we bring this up. That's the Lifelong Vitality Pack. This is the most foundational thing that you can do. It's really just to eat right. And I'm not talking about a certain diet, a certain amount of calories, eating keto, eating vegan. I'm not talking about any of that. I'm talking about eating whole foods that were designed to nourish your body. So even though all of us can agree that that's the best thing, eating right, that's the foundation. Something that grows straight out of the earth is always better for us than something that's packaged in a factory. However, even if we're eating a really good abundance of fruits and vegetables and whole foods and grass-fed meat, etc., we really aren't getting the nutrients out of our food that we used to. And that's because our soil has been over-farmed, it's over-processed. The variety that we have available to us is just not there. And that's why supplementing your diet with Lifelong Vitality is one of the most important things that you can do. And you might be thinking, like, how is a vitamin going to help my pain? So your body will actually go and heal the places that it needs to heal. It's going to fight inflammation. It's going to repair the tissue. It will send more blood to an area that needs healed. It's going to support the brain and its healing functions. So when your body is balanced and you're actually getting nutrients that you need, that you're not getting from your diet currently, your body can go and do the work that it needs to do in other parts of your body because it's not deficient. So there's so many things in your body that it will do if it's fed the right things. And if you think of like a plant, and when it becomes droopy, you can say, you run it over to the water, you put it in the sun, and you help, and then within hours, like, the plant's perky, right? And it's in the right direction. If it has good soil, you need to, put it in good soil, you put it in the sun. So think of your body like a plant. Are you droopy and lifeless? Are you struggling? Are you turning brown? Are there spots in your leaves? What if you just fed it the right things? And how much better, you can be giving this plant a chance to live and thrive and survive. And that's what Lifelong Vitality does for your body. Everything that you eat either feeds disease or it fights disease. And that's really important on a daily basis, that you're taking a high quality supplement. So in fact, if you've been to all of our classes so far and you're not currently taking this, I'm sitting here like, why not? It's one of the best things you can possibly do. So a lot of times we have customers taking Lifelong Vitality, and some of their symptoms actually start to go away within a week, 2 weeks. I always say give it 30 days. But the cool thing about that is we can actually figure out, after some of those other symptoms go away, like energy or pain, then we can actually figure out what's wrong. And if you're like, where do I even start? I feel so overwhelmed with all of these health issues. I say start with Lifelong Vitality and give it 30 days. Then we can actually see how you're doing. Your digestion should be improving. You're sleeping better, more energy. What we have left over, that's what we deal with. And that's what we look at the oils and the supplements, the other supplements. But I say start here. Let's fix some of this stuff going on. And then we can look at what we have left over. So the point is, you really have the power to change how you feel by what you're feeding your body on a regular basis. Now, I want to go into chronic pain and how does the Lifelong Vitality support chronic pain. It provides healthy response to oxidative stress. It supports bone health with calcium, magnesium, zinc, and vitamin D. This is also going to improve your immune system, and why I feel like I rarely ever get sick, because I take this every single day, and I have for 6 years. So does my husband. We've been we've been healthy this entire year, 2020. And we've been exposed to a lot of people this year. So it also supports healthy joint function and comfort. This would definitely go into the arthritis. A ton of customers that I've had and helped with arthritis over the years and chronic pain, this is the number one thing I tell them to take, because if my husband, he had that chronic pain worse than anybody that I've seen. He was right up there. And I was like, how are you going to, he was 26 when he got that diagnosis. And I'm like, oh my gosh, you're way too young to have chronic pain like this. But he doesn't have pain anymore. Emotional pain. So this LLV helps because it supports mental clarity and brain function. This is what I notice the most because I didn't have chronic pain, but when I take it, I feel just this clarity and my brain works better. It provides a wide range of omega-3 fatty acids for your gut and also cognitive support. Now, omega-3s, most of our brains are actually about 80% of our brains are made up of essential fatty acids. So if we aren't feeding our body essential fatty acids, which come in the form of omegas, then our brains can be starving at times. And we get these in our foods too, like avocados, oils, nuts. But a lot of times we aren't eating like enough of those or a good enough diet. And so we do need to supplement these things. And that's what I love, is knowing that I'm always getting those essential fatty acids. And then also there are more neurotransmitters in your gut than in your brain. So when we are talking about emotional pain, one of the most important things you can do is eat well, because that's going to feed the way your body feels, the serotonin levels in your gut, how your emotions feel. Mental illness comes from the gut too, not just the brain. So you want to work on your gut and the diet to help ease the pain. And you can tell it when your gut's not feeling good, it's hard to do anything. And so they call the gut the second brain. Trauma therapy is also a very good option for emotional pain. So don't live with the pain. You want to seek out professional help because you don't have to live with an abundance of pain. It really does need to be released. And so I definitely recommend working with somebody. And then also, it protects against lipid oxidation and supports healthy function of the brain, eyes, and nervous system. And then for occasional pain, this provides powerful foundational support of vital minerals, vitamins to keep your body performing at peak performance. It's optimal nutrition that protects your body and helps you have a speedy recovery. So sometimes your occasional pain is just when you exercise, or if you don't exercise enough, in my case right now with the baby. And, we really just need to protect our body to keep ourselves active. And this is going to give you more energy. So having more energy is key to having more exercise. I want to talk for just a second about the dangers of prescription pain medication. If you're on pain meds right now, we don't have power to prescribe, treat, cure, heal, etc. But if you feel that that's your only choice, talk to your doctor. Talk about what it would mean if you did wean off the pain meds. What would that look like? Because they really are highly overprescribed. Now, prescription pain medications cause more death than car accidents, over 37,000 a year. They're considered safe, especially by teens, because they're prescribed and are legal. They do give a false sense of euphoria, which is temporary but can quickly lead to addiction. And they're overprescribed. So 90% of people with chronic pain are prescribed opioids. And they're designed for short-term solutions, but they actually, end up staying on them longer because you just got to be careful how addictive they are. I actually noticed this when I went to have a baby, and I had to tell them so many times, like, I just want the Advil, like, I'm fine. They're like, you should just take it because when you go home, I got asked over and over and over again to take these prescription painkillers. And I was fine with just the Advil those few times. So, and they were strong painkillers they were giving me. So a lot of times people will get better, but then the next, night they have trouble sleeping if they don't take it because their body got used to that pain medication. So imagine taking a pain medication that they're usually saying take it for 10 days when you kind of don't need it after 2 or 3, depending on what happens. And so you take this continually, like for 10 days. And then it's like, when you come off of it, there can be problems. So that's what happens with a lot of the people that get addicted is their body gets addicted to it and they have withdrawal symptoms. There's digestive shutdown. So over time, the pain meds slow the bowels, causing constipation, bloating, or nausea, and can lead to narcotic bowel syndrome. So there's just overwhelming evidence that natural treatments are effective and safe. So, they take time and effort while drugs don't. It's just that quick fix. So do I have the stamina to give it time to work, or do I just want a quick fix? That's the problem. Am I willing to put my body and myself as a priority, or do I just want to fix it and move on? That's something that only you can answer for yourself. I just want to encourage you that you can do hard things and you can get through it, and that overall the payout of doing something that's good for you, that's what's so important. I mean, this is your life, your body, and you want to be able to treat it with as much respect and dignity as possible. So weaning off of pain meds. Here's just a few tips. Basically, lemon and grapefruit, they're great to drink in your water. That helps to detox your liver and your kidneys, but you want to drink at least 4 liters of water a day. And then you want to replace the habit. So just quitting can be difficult, but trying a new healthy habit, using your diffuser, going to work out when you're feeling like you need something, taking a walk, getting in the fresh air, just retrain your brain. Over time, you form new neural pathways. And then taking Lifelong Vitality and additional supplements to support your body. So we'll talk about those things today, but I've had a ton of people be able to get off their pain meds, just like my husband, because they were taking something that's safe, and doTERRA's supplements really work. And you want to surround yourself with support. So you want to change your environment if you need to by getting around people that are actually going to support you. Sometimes you have to, find another doctor who's going to support you in your goals of not having to take this prescription for the rest of your life if you feel deep down that it's not healthy. So do the people around you lift you up or bring you down? Same thing like with anything in life. When I was trying to keep going with nursing, I've got certain people in my life that are very close to me that are like, do the easy way, like just whatever's easy. And I get that. And I, on a weekday, it's like, yeah, you know what? Like if I hang around somebody like that, I'm just going to go that road. Well, then I have other people in my life who are like, you can do this. Like you can continue to do this. And that push me into that path of really wanting to continue down this hard journey. So I just want you to think about the people that are influencing you on a daily basis, because sometimes you do need to get around that person who talks straight to you and says, listen, you can do it. It might not be the easiest road, but you can do it. So, okay, let's go over some options for you guys that you can actually screenshot this and go over what to use for pain. Now, there's several different products. There's not like a ton of different ones like we were talking about last week with hormones. So this is really simple, you guys, that you can try all of these because they really do work, but they're power packed. And so the first thing is just talking about joint pain. We always want to have a foundation of the Lifelong Vitality because that's really going to help. And then you would actually do the turmeric capsules, and those are the dual chamber capsules, and they are amazing for pain. So taking that with joints, you can even rub turmeric oil on your joints. I rubbed some on my back yesterday. It stinks. I'm telling you, it stinks. So I like taking the capsules every single day. But also the Deep Blue rub, you can rub on that area, and then the Deep Blue capsules. I love these capsules because you can take like a bunch of them. I mean, you could take 4 if you need to. So if there was like a migraine or even a headache, I will take like 4 Copaiba soft gels and 4 Deep Blue capsules. And so that's what's really nice since they're natural. But this right here is going to be specifically what I would recommend for joint pain. And then I do want to mention lemongrass. Lemongrass is great for joints and arthritis, and you can actually layer that with Deep Blue. So taking your Deep Blue rub or your Deep Blue oil, it comes in the oil or the roller ball. I have both. And popping some Deep Blue capsules, which is different. It's not like there's a bunch of different ingredients in there for pain. And that's what you would do on a daily basis. And lemongrass is also so affordable. It's like a very inexpensive oil. The other thing I want to mention too is Terrazyme for joint pain. Now you guys might be shocked and think like, what the heck? I take that for my digestive issues and I take that when I eat because it's a digestive enzyme. But if you take Terrazyme on an empty stomach, I would say 2 of these to 4 of these with water. it really helps with connective tissue. So if you're having a connective tissue problem right now, try that, because people swear by it. And add Terrazyme. It should already be on your list anyways, just taking them with food, but taking them on an empty stomach with water is to help heal connective tissue. Now, muscle pain. So this is when, you know, like your muscles in your neck are pulling too tight, or you pull a hamstring, there's growing pains going on, or maybe you tweak your back doing yard work, then there's the muscle pain. And turmeric capsules, again, help with that for sure. Copaiba soft gels. So Copaiba helps to lessen nerve pain. So if you've got nerve pain going on, Copaiba is amazing for that. This is like doTERRA's version of CBD. It works with the endocannabinoid system. I actually recommend this way over CBD because it's from the Copaiba tree. It's just more effective. It directly works with the receptor sites. And it's the perfect oil to partner with other oils or supplements to maximize their effects. I like Copaiba and turmeric together because it takes that turmeric and it power packs it. Those turmeric capsules have both the herb and the oil in them, so it's the most bioavailable turmeric you can get. And so taking the Copaiba with it intensifies that turmeric. That's why I take the Copaiba. I take 2 of these a day. Like I take one with my turmeric in the day, and I take one at night with my Serenity to sleep. And it just intensifies anything you take with it. And so it just goes well with everything, basically, the Copaiba. And then the marjoram, this is really an awesome oil. So I was excited to bring this up to you guys. This helps to relax muscles. Now, I will tell you, I discovered marjoram a lot later. And I had like tightness in actually my face. Sometimes like my jaw or my cheeks would get tight. And so when I would feel like my jaw, it would hurt. And so I tried marjoram after hearing from actually a massage therapist who said that they use marjoram all the time for muscles. And I was like, really? I always bring Aromatouch or Deep Blue. Well, I picked up the marjoram, I put it on my face where the jaw was hurting, and I could feel the muscles in my face just like turn mushy. It was so nice. It felt so good. So try marjoram for pain. And then it's specifically muscles. Like if you have a tight muscle or like a twitching muscle, put some marjoram on that. I'm telling you, it's like butter. It just seeps in, and then all of a sudden your muscle just like totally relaxes. I love this oil for it. So then the Deep Blue rub, again, you can basically take a lot of these turmeric and Copaibas. Like it's not like one of those things where or oils, like if you use something and you're like, you took one turmeric, one Copaiba, and you're like, oh, that helped a little bit, but like I still feel it, we'll add another one of each, or maybe add more than that. Like you can take more Copaiba for sure. You can take 4 a day, I always say, for, if you need to. And there are people that do. And especially if it's occasional pain, like if there's a migraine or something, like I said, 4 Deep Blue capsules, or if you have horrible cramps, you can take 4. There's people that take a lot more than that, but these are nothing in there is going to hurt you. And that's what's so nice about this is they aren't addictive, but your body responds. They actually help your body, and they actually build your immune system. So this is just a pain roller. If you want to make one, you could actually take Deep Blue, Aromatouch, Copaiba, lemongrass, and Siberian fir. All of the fir oils, so just remember fir oils are also really nice for pain. They're also really great for respiratory. So, but for pain, they're really great for muscles. So you can just make your own roller. And for a 10 milliliter, I like to get 60 drops. So you could just divide that, 15, 30, you could do 15 drops of each or so, and fill the rest up with fractionated coconut oil. And then there's your pain roller. Emotional pain. So how do we recover? Again, I want to bring up seek professional help if this is definitely your top struggle. But as far as what we have product-wise and natural things that have helped so many people, Lifelong Vitality will help your mind and mood set in amazing ways. The omegas and the nutrients and the vitamins and minerals into your digestive system actually affect your neurotransmitters, like I said, and the way that you think and process emotions. Then you have the adaptive system. This is great. The capsules specifically that you swallow, because that's not just the oil in there, there's other ingredients. The capsules increase the GABA in our brains. And that's big. If you want to research GABA, GABA, you can research why that is so awesome to have GABA in your supplement. And that's what's making such massive difference in people's emotions. You can diffuse elevation to change how you feel. I lived off of this when I lived in Connecticut. I had a very rough time living in Connecticut, being a Southern girl. Everything was different up there, and I struggled. And I especially struggled in winter. And this oil right here, literally, like I just used it every day. So if you're in a cold area, if you don't have a lot of sun, or you're just feeling down, this oil is the joyful blend. So it's amazing for emotions and specifically pain, emotional pain. And then frankincense is great. You can take that internally and definitely obviously be diffusing a ton. For digestive pain, if you're feeling pain in your stomach, then aside from the Lifelong Vitality, a lot of people need extra for digestive pain. So all of these are great. The Terrazyme, which I told you, the digestive enzymes, you eat those with every meal. Then you've got the probiotic. A probiotic is going to help to balance the good bacteria and the bad bacteria. Now, if you've been on a probiotic for a while and you're just kind of in a habit of it, and maybe you haven't tried doTERRA's, the thing with probiotics, you want to switch your probiotic every like 3 months because you need to have different strains. I do PB Assist, that one right there, for a couple months, and then I switched to the PB Assist Junior because there's different strands. So if you haven't tried doTERRA's, make sure it's such a good one. The difference about this one is it's double encapsulated, so it actually breaks through. It doesn't break open until it gets to where it needs to get. And that's what's so cool. A lot of these probiotics don't actually get to the intestine, whereas this one does. It's double layered. And then the digestin oil, I use this all the time if I have gut issues. If I eat something and it's just it's messing with me, I do 3 to 5 drops, usually 5 drops in a shot glass of water and just shoot it. You can also take digestin and rub it straight on your belly. If you don't love the smell of it, or if you have kids, the Tamer has like spearmint. It smells so good. It smells, I think, a lot better, but it's diluted. And so I actually use this directly on my 5-month-old. But a lot of adults use it too. And I would say it's great for topical. You can rub that on topical, but for internal, I would take that digestin. And then for anybody that has if you have like digestive pain that's deep down, or maybe your bowels are inflamed, maybe from pain meds, then the peppermint soft gels right there on the right, that is really unique because those are enteric coated, which means it doesn't release in your stomach either, but it actually releases in your intestinal tract. And so if you have pain deep down there, the problem is even when we drink oils and digestin, it's going to go to your stomach. It doesn't, not a lot of it actually gets into down there where you need it. And so people that have like Crohn's or IBS or something, they are living by peppermint, like this specific peppermint soft gel. So you can see it's in that like clinical bottle because this rolled out with our doctors. We have board certified doctors in doTERRA, and it's rolled out about 2 years ago. And it's just been amazing for people that have digestive pain because it will get to where it needs to go. And it just brings a lot of relief with pain, but it also helps to get things moving, if you're having digestive issues. Now, head tension and migraines, Lifelong Vitality Foundation for sure. And then also that Copaiba. When you have a headache or you have a migraine, then you would take the Copaiba. Now, I like to take several of those. I don't get migraines, but headaches, I take probably 3 or 4 Copaibas, and then I mix 3 or 4 deep blue capsules. And so that's what I do. But Copaiba and then frankincense as well is amazing. You can actually take the frankincense and put a drop on your thumb and then put it on the roof of your mouth directly. And then past tense. Okay, this is our migraine blend. If you don't have past tense, get past tense. This one, I mean, it's a very inexpensive oil, and a lot of people love the smell, but it works so good. You would roll this on your head, your sides and your temples, the back of your neck, all over your shoulders, wherever you have that tension, and it just releases. And then, like I said, eucalyptus is amazing for headaches and migraines. You just roll that on wherever you need it. This is new, and we rolled these out in September with our convention. So because a lot of people start using doTERRA with pain, and because it's so effective, doTERRA oils and supplements for pain, then we actually have a wellness relief program. This is really cool. And this I wanted to add in here so that I just kind of showed you all these different things that you could get for targeted areas. But if you're like, you know what, this is a big focus for me, and I really do need like a lot of this stuff, and I want to really have a pro that I can do, then this is cool because you get a lot of these things either majorly discounted extra beyond wholesale, but then you get free things in there too. So this just shows you like in order to get this program, you have to be a customer, which you guys are. And the only way that these are offered is through the loyalty rewards program. So if you're like, all right, this is something I want to do, it's a 3-month program, and you can basically pick your program. So we have 3. We have one for immune system, one for emotional, like mind and mood, and then this one is for pain. It's called the Relief Kit. So it's $75. It's majorly discounted. I think you save like $50, plus you get like that free little roller ball, and then you get the little Deep Blue rub for free, and you get that neoprene kit. It's like a really nice travel bag that it comes in for free. So it's just it's so nice, and it's only $75 to get the Deep Blue capsules, the Aroma Touch, some Deep Blue rub. There's those packets, and then the Deep Blue oil. So that's for your first month, and then you're allowed to add on the products below there at 20%. So you're allowed to pick up to 3 if you want to. You don't have to, but you can pick 3 of those. Okay, so that's month 1. And again, $75 to do the program. And then there's month 2 and month 3 that will come. You can cancel. People ask, well, what if I don't want month 2 or 3? You don't have to. But the idea is to go on the program and do a pain program for 3 months. So they'll take the capsules every day. You'll use the Aroma Touch. And then month 2, this is what would come to you. You get the Deep Blue rub. You get the wintergreen oil, which is like a must for pain too. And then the Copaiba soft gels, and then the Deep Blue rub tube that you can use to put stuff into for traveling. So you get that as well on your month 2. And then on month 3, you would get the turmeric capsules, which, yeah, you didn't get those yet. So turmeric capsules, you get another Deep Blue because you'll run out, and then some past tense, and you get the little travel bottle of coconut oil for free, and then you get roll balls to make your own roll balls. So it's just a really good deal. They're discounted every month. You get the free roller balls. So yeah, that's something you can now opt in as a customer. Those are the add-ons. You can get Helichrysum for 20% off. So. All right. I'm going to actually open it up right now. I'd love to hear from you guys who's on here. If you've used essential oils for pain, I'd love to know if you want to share like what you've done and any testimonies that you have. Anybody? You'd have to unmute yourself because everyone's muted. Cynthia says Deep Blue, Copaiba, turmeric. Liz, I know you've used oils for different ailments and things. Does anybody have any favorite that we talked about that you've been using?
I have a good little story about my father-in-law who is now 87 and has spinal stenosis and has tremendous pain and was unable to sleep even with a lot of narcotics. Um, and the Deep Blue Rub was what he tried and saw some immediate relief from that. Now, he still struggles. He's elderly. It's a pretty significant issue for him. But the Deep Blue Rub was something that he was really surprised by how well it worked.
So,
This is Diane. I have a lot of joint pain, and from too many years of being a runner, and probably requiring a hip replacement, which I refuse to get yet. So I've been using Copaiba and the Deep Blue capsules, and it really helps.
oh yeah. How do you take them and when?
I take them at night before I go to bed with Serenity.
Yeah. I love taking Copaiba before bed. It's just, it just calms the nervous system. And yeah, I took that all through my pregnancy too. So cool. Thanks for sharing that. Anyone else?
I've used peppermint and helichrysum on my shoulders.
That's right. You put the helichrysum on a couple drops, right?
I put them
And then-
in my hand, both of them together, and then rub them on my shoulder.
That's great. Yeah, helichrysum, that's the oil that's in Deep Blue Rub. And if you have it by itself, it's the oil that is known to help heal connective tissue.
But I like what Elizabeth said, and I think I'm thinking about that now.
Yeah. Yep.
And when you wake up in the morning, how do you feel, Elizabeth, after you take those at night?
Oh, Diane. Yeah,
That was Diane.
Yeah, because she's on Elizabeth Fair's.
Oh,
There we go.
I know. First of all, I sleep without pain, which is good, and
Okay.
yeah, and then I feel pretty good. For me, it becomes a matter of how much overuse do I do, which is hard for me not to push it. But but I try, and but it has helped.
Yeah.
okay.
And you said you took one of each?
I take 2 of the Deep Blue and 1 Copaiba.
Okay. Have you ever tried 2 and 2?
No.
Okay. Yeah, I have a lot of friends that take 2 Copaiba and 2 Serenity every night. So, but yeah, 1 and 1 for me is all I need. So yeah, if you're ever feeling it a little bit more, that's the nice thing is don't be afraid to add more. These aren't like, this is not like Advil, where you have to kind of judge the hours, or Tylenol. Like, this is totally safe and natural. So, I love it.
Can I ask a question? Which has to do with my 91-year-old mother. She just turned 91 on Sunday. Very active woman, just unfortunately tore her rotator cuff. So we're trying to figure out, obviously she's not going to have surgery. So we're doing all sorts of things to help her. And she is so adverse to things that have a strong scent. Therefore, I cannot use the Deep Blue on her because it just makes her not feel well. So I'm very careful with what options I can put on her. Do you have any suggestions?
So you said she doesn't like the Deep Blue.
She doesn't like things that have a strong scent. She's just, it gives her like a headache. She can't stand it.
Okay, so Copaiba, for sure. It's so mild and such a nice aroma, but it's very mild. Yeah. So that would be, and it's so good for that. And she can't swallow anything, you said?
No, she can. She can
Oh,
swallow things. So have her, obviously the turmeric is good
yeah.
to take internally.
Yep. And the Copaiba.
And I'm
soft gel.
trying to get her to just take the Deep Blue pills, but she's so difficult. She's
Yeah.
like, oh, I don't need anything. I'm like, Mom, you can't even move your arm. And she's a gardener, she's a cook, it's impossible.
Yeah, I mean, the Copaiba for sure, but I'd also let her smell the Deep Blue and
Mhm.
say, hey, this is going to feel really good. Can you manage the smell? And maybe just, because a lot of people love that smell. Now, I've had some people who love Deep Blue or actually who maybe don't like Deep Blue, they love past tense. Because past tense, but see, past tense has cilantro in it. So I actually love it now. But in the beginning, I didn't. But some people, they smell past tense and they're like obsessed with it from the very beginning. So maybe have her smell both of those if she can manage either of them, because they do have, they're a stronger smell. But if she can manage either of them, use those. But if she's just like super picky, I cannot see her having an issue with Copaiba. Like it's just,
Right.
it's such a nice smell. Yeah.
And the Deep Blue oil is a little less intense of an aroma than the Deep Blue rub. The rub, I think, is a much stronger aroma. And Stephanie, what do you think about the marjoram?
Oh,
That's
yeah.
a pretty mild aroma.
Yeah, that's a really nice aroma, actually.
Yeah.
I mean, I put that right on my face. I love it.
Yeah.
It's super mild. Yeah. You know, Aroma Touch is another one. I mean, Aroma Touch has but it's beautiful. Like that oil was designed by Dr. Hill, not just for pain, but because of the aroma.
Yeah.
That's part, I mean, it's such a beautiful experience. Like when we have it in the Aroma Touch technique, they do the Deep Blue, they do the ones for pain, you know, those ones can be sometimes in your face, but some people like, I don't mind the smell of Deep Blue at all. But the Aroma Touch is like, I diffuse Aroma Touch because it smells so good.
Yeah.
So maybe have her smell that one and she might be like, ooh, like that one is really, you know, nice. So it's going to help the emotional calming too. So yeah, just have her smell and see, but definitely like the capsules for sure. She can take those, you know, but if she's like done taking pills, like she doesn't want to take pills, then just, you'll find something. Lemongrass is nice, but if she likes the citrus, but it's different than just the lemon, but lemongrass is really nice. But yeah, I think Liz, you're right on with the marjoram. I'm actually going to go use some today because I just noticed as I was talking, I'm like, oh, I am actually tight right here. Try putting oils on her feet away from her nose is what that's a good point. Cynthia says to mix it with arnica, which has a low odor. Yes, it does. Yeah. Any other questions? Oh yeah, Susan, go ahead and hop off. Actually, let's post the link before you hop off, Susan, if you can grab the link. This is the quiz link. So, okay, who's graduating? Unmute yourself and say, I'm graduating.
I'm graduating.
Yay! I think
I'm graduating too.
I'm graduating too.
Woo! Oh my
I'm
God.
graduating.
So awesome. Our first round of graduates. And I know a lot of you on here are like, oh, I missed a class. It's okay. You're going to be graduating too. So we're having a party. Kimmy, was that you?
Yeah,
Are you,
that's me. Yeah.
Are you graduating? Did you miss a class or no?
Nope, I didn't miss class. Nope.
Yeah.
It's been awesome.
Excited for you guys. You're going to love the diffuser. So what's going to happen on this quiz, you'll see like a shipping address that you'd fill out if you're graduating, and give us a couple weeks to get it out. But yeah, I'm glad that, and like I said, I'm going to take those who have graduated off of this email list, but like, just tell me if you want to stay on so that you continue, you know, it's up to you. I don't want to email you if you don't want me to. So yeah, bit.ly right there, essential oil pain quiz. You would actually copy that, and then it is case sensitive, so you want to copy it and put it in. Make sure that it's working for you. And And yeah, and so for those that maybe hopped on a little bit later, we're doing the same thing, same time, everything. Starting this Tuesday, we're not taking a week off. We're going to go right through. I think we're good to go through, you know, Thanksgiving week and Christmas week. I think we're fine because I think when I looked, Christmas wasn't until, you know, a few days later. Liz, maybe you can check that. But I don't think, if we need to take that week off, we can, but I think we're just going to go straight through. So yeah, congratulations, you guys, to the graduates. So exciting. Thanks for joining in. If we were in person, we would do like this huge celebration, but locally, but online is fun too. If any of the graduates want to share like the favorite thing that you learned over the past, like something that stands out to you over the past 2 months, that would be awesome.
Hi, this is Kimmy. Sorry, my video's not working. I really enjoyed all of it. I particularly loved the hormone talk last week. And I'm actually taking a class right now, my anatomy and physiology too, and we were studying the endocrine system while we just had our test last week on the endocrine system, and what you said, like, absolutely, you know, is backed up by all the real physiology of how it all works. And like you said, there is so much to hormones, and it's so cool that these oils have the power to affect them. It's awesome. And I can't wait to share all the info.
That's so awesome. I want you to one day, maybe in 2021, I'd love for you to teach one of those hormone classes.
Yeah, I would love to. That sounds great.
Awesome. We'll get Kimmy.
Yes, for sure.
Because you're become, what are you actually getting? Like what degree?
I studied biology a long time ago, and I'm going, this is my last prereq so I can go back to school for nursing.
Okay.
And I've studied nutrition and was a chef for years. So I really just hope to, you know, I want to be like a nurse with obviously a more holistic side, and, you know, use the oils and just have big plans for that. So when I'm exactly going to go to the school is still up in the air because I have a baby due in January, but we'll figure it out.
So exciting.
Thanks so much.
Cool. Anyone else have anything they want to share that you've loved so far?
I've learned a ton, but just overall, how to put all of these things together, because I've been doing herbs and oils since I was a young woman. But now I can really see how everything connects together, especially since I need them now, more than just learning about them. So just, you know, overall, the LLV learning is about that, how it helps my arthritis. So I can't wait to try that for my arthritis. And I have leaky gut, so I'm hoping that will fix that for me so that I can actually start living again.
Oh yeah.
For this class, this was a brilliant idea on your part.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, continuing education, we actually had a lot of doTERRA. I mean, they want us doing this, and I wanted to do it. I wanted to do it earlier. So I'm just happy that we've got it going now. I had it starting locally, and then I was like, with 2020, I'm like, oh, online, virtual. So I've been able to talk and work with a lot more of my customers. So I'm just pumped about it. And it was a lot, it wasn't as hard as I thought it was going to be to pull together. So I'm happy that it happened this year. It's been a 2020 blessing. So yeah, we're going to keep doing it. And I'm actually wanting, now that we have this round going through and we have it firing, then I'm also going to be doing different pop-in classes, like different than continuing education, but I'll do more different stuff. So I also want to mention, you guys, because we normally do talk about the joy of sharing oils at the end of each session. But instead of going through that, like more details, I want to share with you guys what I'm planning for 2021, because if anybody here in the call has any curiosity of sharing with friends and family, or just helping people and being part on any level with what we're doing, I'm actually doing a Premier Lab. So what I'm going to pull together is, it's not going to start till 2021, like January, but for anybody, for any of you, like customers, sharers, who just love this part of, you're obsessed with your products, but you'd like to get your oils for free, I'm going to do a very basic. So it's not like business in the sense, like we have business training, but if you aren't able to do a business per se, but you're like, how do I at least like know the basic things? Like, and so hitting the rank of Premier, which is very doable, that's going to be, it's for you. So this is like for people, it's like part-time, if that, but structuring you in a way where getting your 250 bonus, hitting the rank of Premier, and learning how to be involved with doTERRA on the side, but in an effective way, and to be part of what we're doing, and to know how to just do the basic things so that you can get, we have thousands and thousands and thousands of people getting free oils, and so that is very doable for any customer / sharer that puts some time and focus into helping people. And so that's kind of what I wanted to do. Is we have our separate business training for people who really want to do this as a business, but this is something that's great for like the person that just wants to be involved and engaged, and like, how do I just, hey, hit Premier, get free help in doTERRA and help people along the way. So that's kind of what I have in mind. So if you're interested in that, stay tuned. Make sure you're in my Facebook group, but I want to have like a Christmas, like a holiday party in December online, like bring your own, cocktail or wine, and kind of all meet each other. And I'll have a private Facebook group, and then we'll start actually in January. And that's what I'm going to commit to, just help people like get their oils for free and have fun. Like a lot of this will be just like, I'll share social media things, because we're very much online. I'll share just branding, like how do you even have like a little business, or how do you brand yourself, like doing what makes you different. We're all different. We all have our own lifestyle and group of people. And so how do we work on branding? Just basic like wellness business. Like, how do I have a little wellness business? And if you want to take it from there, after you have like a little thing going, if you want to take it farther, awesome. But maybe you just want to have something little, a little wellness business. How do you start that? I don't want people to ever feel like, oh, I have to do what she's doing in order to be good at this. You may not want to, I do this full time. So does my husband. You just might want to be like, I just want to help people. Like, I want to just share oils and have fun with it. And that's kind of where I want people starting. And I've never done a group like that. And so if you get the little foundation right, if you want to do more of it, cool. If not, keep just doing the basics. So that's called the Premier Lab. I'm going to actually share my email address here. And if that's something that's speaking to you and you're like, hey, give me tabs on that, then just shoot me an email and say, hey, add me to that list so that I get, I'm interested in that. And I'll invite you to the Facebook group, and once I get it going. So this is just kind of a vision that I had as I'm like ending 2020. I'm like, what do I want to do? And I felt this stirring for a while. So yeah, that's going to be called the Premier Lab. And that's kind of where I would direct you to. And it's going to be fun times. So, all right, you guys. Well, loved hanging with you. Thanks for tuning live. And I guess we'll see you next week. Reach out if you have any questions, and have a great rest of the week.